When we hear the name Beatrix Potter, most of us picture charming illustrations of mischievous rabbits, waddling ducks, and cunning squirrels. Her most famous creation, The Tale of Peter Rabbit, has become a cornerstone of children's literature, enchanting readers for over a century. But beyond her identity as an author lies a remarkable woman whose talents and passions extend far beyond storytelling. Beatrix Potter was not only an author, but also a pioneering natural scientist, a skilled artist, a determined conservationist, and a passionate farmer. Her work in preserving England's beloved Lake District has left an indelible mark on history. She bred Herdwick sheep, protected thousands of acres of farmland, and even contributed to the field of mycology through her detailed scientific illustrations. To truly understand Beatrix Potter's multifaceted legacy, we must journey back to her beginnings in Victorian London. Helen Beatrix Potter was born on July 28, 1866, at 2 Bolton Gardens in South Kensington, London. She was the first child of Rupert William Potter and Helen Leach Potter, both hailing from affluent Unitarian families with roots in the Manchester area. Her father, Rupert, was a barrister specializing in equity law and conveyancing, while her mother, Helen, was the daughter of a wealthy cotton merchant and shipbuilder. These financial privileges afforded Beatrix and her younger brother, Walter Bertram, a comfortable yet highly structured upbringing. The Potter family's status and values meant that Beatrix and her brother were privately educated at home by governesses. This isolation from peers, common for upper-class Victorian children, fostered a unique world of imagination and self-guided exploration. Summers spent in Scotland and later in the Lake District further deepened her love for nature, instilling an early appreciation for the landscapes and creatures that would later define her work. Beatrix's childhood was filled with an array of animals, including rabbits, mice, a hedgehog, and even bats, all of which became subjects of her curiosity. 2 of her rabbits, Peter Piper and Benjamin Bouncer, were not only cherished companions, but also early inspirations for characters in her books, capturing their movements and personalities with astonishing precision. From an early age, Beatrix's fascination with nature was matched by her artistic talent. Her parents encouraged her skill, providing art lessons and materials, though her passion for the natural world largely came from her own observations. Developing a keen eye for detail and a deep appreciation for the intricacies of the natural world, she spent hours sketching plants, fungi, and animals, documenting her findings with drawings that were as precise as they were creative. These formative years laid the foundation for Beatrix Potter's future endeavors, blending her artistic talents with a scientific curiosity that would define her legacy. During the late 19th century, Beatrix Potter's profound connection with nature evolved into a serious scientific pursuit, particularly in the field of mycology, the study of fungi. Drawn to the ephemeral beauty and intricate structures of mushrooms, Beatrix began meticulously studying and illustrating fungi. By the early 1890s, she had produced over 350 detailed paintings of mushrooms and lichens, capturing their diverse forms and colors with remarkable precision. Her ability to capture the lifelike textures of fungi in watercolor made her work stand out among naturalists and artists alike. Beatrix's scientific curiosity led her to correspond with Charles Mackintosh, a respected Scottish naturalist and mycologist. Under his mentorship, she delved deeper into fungal biology, conducting experiments on spore germination. In 1897, she authored a paper titled On the Germination of the Spores of Aragicinae, which was presented to the Linnean Society of London on her behalf, as women were not permitted to attend meetings. Despite the societal constraints of her time, her work demonstrated an understanding of fungal life cycles with a keen analytical mind and a commitment to scientific inquiry. While her contributions were overlooked at the time, they are now recognized as important milestones in mycology. Beatrix's artistic talents were not confined to scientific illustration. She employed watercolors and pen and ink to create detailed studies of plants, animals, and landscapes. Her style was characterized by a delicate balance between scientific accuracy and artistic expression, allowing her to capture the essence of her subjects while highlighting their natural beauty. This unique approach would later become a hallmark of her beloved children's books. At the turn of the 20th century, Beatrix Potter's passion for storytelling and illustration converged, leading to her emergence as one of the most beloved children's authors of all time. In September 1893, while vacationing in Dunkeld, Scotland, Beatrix penned a letter to Noel Moore, the ailing son of her former governess, Annie Carter Moore. To amuse him, she crafted a tale about 4 little rabbits whose names were Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. This charming story laid the foundation for what would become the tale of Peter Rabbit. After revising the tale in 1900, Beatrix sought a publisher but faced multiple rejections. Undeterred, she self-published 250 copies in December 1901, featuring black and white illustrations.
But colour will make the book cost far more than little rabbits can afford.
The book's popularity caught the attention of Frederick Warne and Company, who agreed to publish a color edition in October of 1902. This partnership marked the beginning of Beatrix's illustrious publishing career. Building on the success of Peter Rabbit, Beatrix authored and illustrated a series of enchanting tales between 1902 and 1913. Notable works from this period include The Tale of Squirrel Nutkin and The Tale of Benjamin Bunny, in 1903 and 1904 respectively. Each story introduced readers to a vivid cast of animal characters, blending moral lessons with whimsical narratives, like the perils of naivety in The Tale of Jemima Puddle Duck in 1908. Her stories often drew inspiration from the English countryside and its inhabitants, reflecting her deep appreciation for nature and rural life. Mrs. Tiggywinkle, the diligent hedgehog washerwoman, was inspired by Kitty MacDonald, a Scottish laundress who worked for the Potter family during their summer stays in Perthshire. Jemima Puddle Duck was influenced by the ducks at Hilltop Farm, Beatrix's cherished home in the Lake District. Through her meticulous attention to detail, insistence on quality, and keen understanding of her audience, Beatrix Potter revolutionized children's literature, creating stories that remain timeless classics. After the success of The Tale of Peter Rabbit and her subsequent books, Beatrix used her earnings in 1905 to purchase Hilltop Farm in the picturesque village of near Sawrey,
for the sum of £2,805.
Built in the 17th century, the farmhouse was not only a retreat for Beatrix, but also a place where she could immerse herself in the traditions of rural life. The farm's historic charm and natural beauty inspired many of her stories. For Beatrix, Hilltop represented more than just a home. It was the realization of her long-held dream to live in harmony with the countryside. Determined to become a part of the farming community, Beatrix collaborated with the tenant farmer, John Cannon, to manage Hilltop's crops and livestock, which included pigs, cows, chicken, and later sheep. Her deep involvement in the farm's operations gave her first-hand insight into the rural way of life. Among her most notable contributions was her work with Herdwick sheep, a hardy breed native to the Lake District. Recognizing their cultural and agricultural importance, Beatrix began breeding Herdwicks, learning the intricacies of sheep husbandry and working to preserve this traditional breed. Her dedication to the Herdwick breed earned her respect in the local farming community. She frequently attended agricultural shows, where her sheep won prizes for their quality. Beatrix's work played a crucial role in safeguarding the Herdwick sheep, which were at risk of decline at the time. This commitment would later align with her larger conservation efforts to preserve the farming heritage of the Lake District. Through her land acquisitions, Beatrix became acquainted with William Heelis, a respected local solicitor who assisted her in these transactions. Their professional relationship blossomed into a personal one, and on October 15, 1913, at the age of 47, Beatrix married William at St. Mary Abbott's Church in Kensington, London. The couple made their home at Castle Cottage, a short distance from Hilltop, where they shared a deep commitment to preserve the traditional farming practices and conservation of the natural beauty of the area. This period of Beatrix Potter's life solidified her enduring legacy as a dedicated farmer and conservationist, deeply intertwined with the Lake District's heritage. By the 1920s, Beatrix Potter's passion for the natural world had grown into a commitment to protecting the Lake District ensuring its beauty and traditions would endure for generations. In 1923, Beatrix purchased Troutbeck Park Farm, a large and historic property in the Lake District. At the time, the farm was at risk of being sold for development, but Beatrix saw its potential as both a working farm and a haven for the region's Herdwick sheep. Under her management, Troutbeck Park became a thriving example of sustainable farming, reflecting her deep respect for the Lake District's agricultural heritage. This purchase was one of many. Over the years, Beatrix acquired and restored numerous farms and tracts of land, ensuring they remained untouched by industrialization. Her work extended beyond farming. She partnered with the National Trust to safeguard the Lake District's landscapes and cultural traditions, recognizing the importance of preserving this unique environment. When Beatrix Potter passed away on December 22, 1943, she left over 4,000 acres of land, 14 farms, and countless cottages to the National Trust. Her vision and generosity ensured the Lake District's preservation and set a standard for modern conservation efforts. Her contributions were instrumental in maintaining the region's natural beauty, leading to its eventual designation as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2017. Beatrix's legacy as a conservationist is felt not only in the fields and hills she preserved, but also in the communities and traditions she fought to protect. Her commitment to the Lake District serves as a reminder of the vital connection between nature, culture, and stewardship. Beatrix Potter ensured that the Lake District remains a treasure for generations to come, a living testament to her vision and love for the land. Beatrix Potter's legacy extends far beyond her lifetime, leaving an indelible mark on literature, art, and popular culture. Through her timeless stories and visionary creativity, she continues to captivate audiences across the globe. Since the publication of The Tale of Peter Rabbit in 1902, Beatrix Potter's stories have become synonymous with children's literature. Her use of anthropomorphic animals and richly detailed illustrations set a new standard for storytelling, blending moral lessons with enchanting visuals. Her works influenced not only her contemporaries but also generations of writers and illustrators. Recognizing the potential of her characters early on, Potter patented a Peter Rabbit doll in 1903, making her one of the first authors to successfully merchandise their creations. This entrepreneurial foresight laid the groundwork for the integration of literature and marketing.
She designed wallpaper, hot water bottles, coloring books.
A practice that has since become commonplace. Potter's works have been celebrated and reimagined in countless ways. In 1971, the Tales of Beatrix Potter ballet brought her beloved characters to life, with choreography by Sir Frederick Ashton and costumes based on her original illustrations. Her life and achievements were explored in the 2006 biographical film Miss Potter, starring Renee Zellweger, which highlighted her groundbreaking contributions to literature and conservation. Decades later, the 2018 live-action animated film Peter Rabbit introduced her mischievous bunny to a modern audience, blending her timeless charm with contemporary humor. Meanwhile, attractions like the World of Beatrix Potter in Bowness-on-Windermere, England, and exhibitions at the Victoria and Albert Museum continue to celebrate her enduring legacy. Potter's influence extends into contemporary culture, inspiring movements like cottagecore, which romanticizes the rural lifestyle depicted in her stories. Her timeless themes of harmony with nature and the charm of countryside life continue to resonate with new audiences. Beatrix Potter's enduring cultural impact reflects her unparalleled ability to capture the beauty of nature, the whimsy of imagination, and the importance of preserving both. Beatrix Potter's journey from a curious child sketching animals to a renowned author, illustrator, and conservationist is a testament to her unwavering passion and vision. She defied societal expectations, transforming her love for nature into timeless tales that continue to enchant readers of all ages. Immortalized in the pages of The Tale of Peter Rabbit and her other works, shaped generations of readers, artists, and writers. Beyond literature, her visionary approach to land preservation, culminating in her bequest of over 4,000 acres to the National Trust, ensured that the beauty of the Lake District remains protected for all to enjoy. From global adaptations of Peter Rabbit to the thriving landscapes of the Lake District, her influence endures. Her entrepreneurial foresight in merchandising, her pioneering scientific contributions to mycology, and her tireless conservation work are reminders of the profound impact a single person can have. Through her art, storytelling, and stewardship of the natural world. Beatrix Potter reminds us of the timeless connection between creativity and the environment. Her legacy calls on us to cherish the beauty around us and to protect it for future generations. So, whether through revisiting her beloved tales or walking the same countryside she fought to preserve, let us honor the enduring legacy of Beatrix Potter, an extraordinary woman who showed us the beauty of both imagination and the natural world. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more, and as always, stay curious.